welcome back to my channel. You might have noticed I have a slightly different background, and some of you already may know this, but I have moved, or my husband and I have moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia. I really didn't think that I would ever leave Toronto, just with freelancing there and just being there for, I guess it was 9 years before I moved. But life happens, circumstance changes, and I kind of just wanted to share why we moved and just explain, the different background. And this will be a short update, but I thought I just would share why we moved. I think I mentioned that I'm originally from Nova Scotia, though not from Halifax. I would come to the city for youth orchestra rehearsals and violin lessons. It was a big commitment for my family, and I'm so appreciative and just thankful for what they did for me to help me in my music career and just everything in life. There's a few reasons that we moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and one of the main things was that I have family here. While they may not be right downtown Halifax, we can drive there in, less than 24 hours or 22 hours than it would have taken from Toronto to where they live. So that makes a big difference, especially during the pandemic. I couldn't come back and visit them, so it's almost been like 2 years since I had seen a lot of my family, and that was really tough. I know I'm not alone in this, and I know a lot of people can relate to being away or separated from family. So I wasn't looking for a job, but this opportunity came up, and it made me think that I could actually move back to my home province and do music again. I was teaching in Toronto, but over Zoom, and that was really hard, and I'm so thankful that I was able to teach over Zoom, don't get me wrong, but being able to be in person or teach in person is a huge thing, and I've been really enjoying it as I started my job. I guess it was last week, and it was a little bit of an adjustment time to get used to teaching in person, but still, I could actually be in the same room and talk about things and see their technique rather than trying to wanting to break through the computer screen to fix something of their technique or a note or whatever. So that was really awesome to be in person. As I alluded to, I got this teaching violin job, and it's awesome. I have missed doing music very much, and that's what my degree or 2 degrees are in, so it was just the right time to move. If this opportunity had come maybe a few years before, maybe it wouldn't have worked out, but it just seemed to all work out really well, and so my husband and I decided that it was time. Can I just say that we have a 2-bedroom apartment for less than what we were paying in Toronto. And we are also less than 10-minute walk from right downtown Halifax, and we love our area, and it's just awesome to have space, especially working from home since March 2020. And I'd be teaching in the living room, and my husband would have to work in the bedroom in Toronto because we didn't have any rooms. So this is a huge upgrade. I cannot believe we have an extra, a spare room or an office. This is the music room, etc. It's so nice to have space. It was kind of an ordeal moving. We hired a moving company, and the whole experience was kind of crazy. To make a long story short, we were without our things for almost a month, where they had said it was only going to be a week. This meant that we didn't have any furniture to sit on, our mattress was on the floor, our apartment was so empty, and it just didn't feel like home. I honestly believed that I would never see our things again. It was getting to that point, and thankfully it showed up minus 1 suitcase that I'm still very hopeful that it will show up, as it has all of my orchestra concert clothes, my performance dresses, my dress clothes that I needed for work, and just things that I've had for a very long time, and I'm really sad not to have them. They are just things, and this whole experience of not having most of our belongings for a while just taught me that things aren't important. They're very nice, and it was very stressful not having things, but again, they're just things. But I am very happy to have all of my audio recording system, all of my running shoes back together, and just our belongings, and we can sit on a couch rather than just sitting on our bed or on the ground. And yeah, there's just so many little things that I took for granted. It wasn't an easy decision to leave Toronto, as I have so many wonderful friends there, and just I've been there for so long, and it was kind of a second home to me. And yeah, I just, again, all my friends and the running community there is really special, and it was scary to move everything and leave, but also kind of exciting too. Halifax is a city, but it's not as big as Toronto, and I knew I always wanted to be near a city or in a city, but Toronto just was getting a lot. I think also it didn't help that we didn't have a car in Toronto, so we couldn't drive, or when we were in lockdown we couldn't go away anyways. But when we were able to, yeah, we couldn't even get outside of the city very easily because we were limited by how far we could go on the subway or just the buses, etc. So we were kind of stuck in downtown Toronto. Toronto has so many amazing things, and I can't wait to go back and visit all my friends and just see the city again. But I think it was also kind of just stressing me out, and just subconsciously, I guess, and just the hustle and bustle, and it's very just go, go, go. And not Halifax is busy, but it's just a different feeling, or maybe it's just me, but it just feels a little less, I don't know, driven, or that's not the right word I'm looking for, but I think you get the idea. It's been so fun exploring Halifax, especially when I go for a run. Running just gives you the perfect excuse to go, you see the city or see the sights that you might not be able to cover if you're walking, but running, you can cover a lot of the ground, especially when you run plus 30-kilometer long runs. I will say there are so many more hills in Halifax than Toronto. It was quite a shock when I first moved here, because I go for a run and either I have to go up a big hill or go downhill. No matter what, I have to kind of run a hill on my run. So many hills, can't get over it. I sometimes, or a lot of the times, miss just the flat MGT in Toronto that you can just run forever and not really have to worry about some steep hills here in Halifax. But I'm telling myself that it's good training for Boston, and that will help me in that race and prepare me, and we hope. I also think running hills is gonna be awesome just as an injury prevention tool, because you're constantly using different muscles, and yeah, I'd already feel so much stronger from doing all these hills. But again, I do miss flat running, but I think hills will be really good for the long term. But yeah, we've moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I'm so excited to finally have all of our stuff kind of set up. Our apartment's I would say we're like 95% unpacked. Still kind of figuring out where to put everything, and just figure out, yeah, like the kitchen and just the layout, and how we kind of have to live in it for a while to really know where we want to put everything. But I'm pretty happy with the living room and the bedroom and this room now that we, yeah, mostly have unpacked. But it was a lot of work and pretty tiring, and it all happened like peak weeks training for Boston, my first week of my job, our stuff arriving, all happened within the span of a week, and it was kind of crazy. So I'm very happy that we're finally unpacked and just settling in now, and it feels like home. I'm super happy and excited to see this next chapter in Halifax and what will happen and what time will bring, and I'm excited to share that with you. And I hope you are all doing well and happy running and training. And if you like this video, tap that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. See you next time.